We are here on the floor of Money 2020, and we are at a very, very cool place. Aim
Leon Dore. We're at the Middesk Trust Club that is inspired by Aim Leon Dore.
Understood. Okay. I should really know this stuff. And we're going to get to exactly what inspired that. The first thing I want to do, of course, is introduce you. You are head of marketing for Middesk.
That's right.
It's about knowing your business, which is great. I want to talk a lot more about that.
Yeah.
And of course, Jackie Wylie. So thank you very much for joining us for this impromptu interview. For starters, maybe just tell us a bit about Middesk. What do you guys do?
Yeah. So we're a business identity platform, and we work with a lot of banks and fintechs of all sizes to help them verify and onboard their business customers. We do that by providing access to rich data so they can really know everything they need to know about that business and make a real-time and confident and informed decision about whether they want to do business with that business.
Right. So give me an example maybe of some of the kinds of businesses we're talking about.
You know, maybe you're a neobank and you are trying to grow your business banking customers. You're trying to offer a really seamless onboarding experience for those business customers so that they can honestly open an account online in a matter of minutes. So we can kind of behind the scenes help power the decision making in that workflow so that the bank can bring on more of the right customers faster.
Sure. And I mean, in terms of what, and I can appreciate that. I mean, I've been in the position of being like a small to mid-sized business myself.
Totally.
And you don't want to go through all of the paperwork. You want someone to actually get to know you first. Is that where you guys come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the most important things when you're starting a business is accessing financial services, right? You can't really do much without access to whether it's payroll or a line of credit or a loan to run your business. So yes, what we do is help small businesses gain access to that really quickly by working with name your financial services provider. It could be payroll, could be a lender, it could be a traditional bank, and we help just provide all of the data about that business so that the financial services provider can make a quick decision. Usually they want to try to capture that small business right after it's formed, right? Because typically you might choose a financial services provider to be your partner and stick with that provider for years to come. So another thing we work with some of our customers on is how fast can you reach that audience? How do we help you capture that market right away? And then how do we help you give them a really seamless onboarding experience?
So in terms of, actually the admin, we're at a tech conference, obviously. So all talk about AI.
Yes.
I always ask, there's stable coins, obviously, as well. Tell us about the evolution of the technology that's somehow or has impacted how you guys offer what you offer?
I think just broadly speaking in the market, there was a lot of investment in KYC solutions first, right? And the reason is that we were responding to fraud. So a lot of the KYB at its core is a compliance requirement that you owe to the federal government to prevent money laundering and fraud and stuff. And so the fraudsters were really focusing on people at first. It was really easy to impersonate a human and to steal money from them. We've all been there, right? Where people try to convince you to give away all of your secret information so they can steal your money. I think businesses have become a bigger target for fraudsters because they've realized there's actually more at stake there. There's typically more capital, there's more money to be taken. So I think alongside that shift to where the opportunity is, AI has come in and made it even easier for fraudsters to impersonate people and businesses. So we're sort of at this place right now where I think business identity is catching up really fast to consumer identity because people are realizing how important it is to really make sure they know that small business that wants to take out a loan from them is who they say they are. The people who are applying for the services on behalf of the company are real people and they are authorized to transact on behalf of that company. And so we really help people answer the question do I know who this business is? Can I trust what they're doing? Are these people legitimate? do they do what they say they're going to do? Because sometimes there could be like a real business in maybe like a higher risk industry posing as a business in a lower risk industry. Yeah. So we really bring all of that, like all those insights to the surface so that banks can just onboard the best customer for them.
My mind's spinning in terms of like the amount of like detail that, AI or some type of, computer generated effort could build a business out of nothing,
totally.
Right? So you guys are there to stop that.
Yes. I mean, one other fascinating fact that we talk about sometimes is there are more new businesses being formed every month in this country than people born.
Wow.
Because it is incredibly easy to start a business, right? We saw like the rise of the gig economy, and then, there's just, not only are there avenues for people to go and sell their goods and services in so many new ways now online,
right,
but it's pretty easy to start a business. Like you fill out a form online and you have a business. And so just like this opportunity that fraudsters have seen to go impersonate these people and try to infiltrate various financial services institutions has risen exponentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot because this might be more of like a techie question.
Yeah.
But, so we're talking about AI, obviously agentic kind of formation of fraudulent companies and you guys combating that. On the flip side, you do need to have obviously some AI and some technology itself to be sort of like, I'm trying to sort of get to how do these two things battle it out in your world?
Yeah, I think there is a balance that our customers are looking for between, AI and humans, right? And I think just not only in this industry, but I don't think that we're going to see in the short term AI fully replacing really important decisions that companies need to make.
Right.
So I think what our customers are looking for and the products we're trying to build are tools to help humans move faster and with more confidence. So, for example, we have customers that maybe every time a small business would apply for a bank account, even with their company, if it wasn't like incredibly straightforward, that all the details matched up and that it was a legitimate business, it would be routed for manual review. That review would take a human 45 minutes to do, right? They're Googling companies, they're pulling information from like 25 different sources.
And what are they putting all that information in?
Yeah, then they're trying to put it into their own system. So even years ago, we helped some of our customers reduce that manual review time from like 45 minutes down to 10 minutes, right? Because we've already gathered a lot of that core information, or sometimes even reduce or eliminate the manual review process altogether. So I think the introduction of AI we're seeing it help our customers reduce the amount of manual effort that they're having to undertake to just know a business.
Which should, sorry to interrupt, but it should actually give the people who are really trying to do the business of supporting small business, I'm thinking banks and stuff, do the better part of the job.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Building the relationship, right? Actually getting to know the customer, building the relationship, offering them additional services that they can use to help grow their business. So I think that is, I kind of think this is a theme we're going to see across the board and in marketing and in other industries too, where it generally frees up the time of these people to focus on the higher value work, which is nurturing relationships, right?
Sure.
And I think the experience we give people in that first touch point with a bank, if someone comes in and is like, I'd love to open a bank account with you, they start filling out the application and then just hit a roadblock. Like, you might lose that customer forever.
Absolutely.
So not only is it about freeing up time for the bank, but it's also about helping them offer a seamless onboarding experience so they can capture that customer right away and not kind of push them off to one of their competitors. No one's willing to wait days or weeks to open a bank account. Like, it should be seamless. As a consumer, you can go do that in minutes online. And so banks are trying to offer that to business customers too, and we're trying to help them do that really effectively and seamlessly.
Yeah, I love the way you explain it, because it's like, it all makes perfect sense. It's like, a lot of this stuff sometimes can get a little techie and complicated.
I know.
But I love it. Speaking of not techie and not complicated, but beautiful, I wanted to talk a little bit about your thought process and how you guys came up with the concept for here at Money 2020 for this beautiful shop that I frankly want to buy everything in.
amazing. I would love to talk about this. We've actually had people come up to our booth and say, how much does a sweatshirt cost?
I want to buy it.
And I'm like, well, we're a SaaS company, not, a clothing store. But the idea for the booth really came up because we were just brainstorming one day after an event we did last year as a team about some ways we felt like we could break through in crowded trade show environments like this. And so we were talking about like where are places that you go where you feel like calm when you enter the space. Our CEO mentioned this store that we talked about at the beginning of this chat, which is a brand he loves. And so we kind of threw that out there and started brainstorming. And we're like, what if we could provide like the same feeling you get
that experience
when you enter a high-end clothing store and they're like, how can I help you? They get to know your name. They, offer you a really tailored experience. So we designed this whole concept around offering that to our customers and our prospects, and even down to the detail of like, we built custom slide decks for every single customer that was coming in to have a sales conversation with us. We have swag that I think is really unique. We worked with small business owners in New York City to help us produce the stuff. So
it's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not even just like, there's the quality and the quantity. Like you have like a good selection.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things that caught my eye was someone, the back of this, and we'll have some footage of it.
Yes.
But they opened up the cupboard and it's like fully stocked.
Yes.
Like a store.
Like a clothing store. And we have little like bags that we're giving, shopping bags we're giving people as they walk away. So that was the idea, was to really give people like more of a hospitality type of experience at a trade show. And then we're calling it the Trust Club because we believe that the foundation to business growth starts with trust. And this idea of like, I was saying so many businesses are formed every month now in the US.
Yeah.
The pace used to be so different where you could sit down with someone and like shake their hand before you signed a deal or take them out to a nice dinner. We're just moving too fast for that now, and we have to have other ways to trust and know businesses. And we think one of the best ways to do that is through data. So we've built this idea of the Trust Club, which is a movement we're going to keep talking about, just building trust in financial services, helping people have the confidence to like move forward with a partnership or a sale or whatever. And we want everyone to be a part of it.
I love it. I mean, it humanizes it. It makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's very classy.
Thank you.
I love the color, everything about it. So,
Thank you.
And I hope that we can catch up with you at some point in the near future and hear more about the Trust Club.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.
See, what the next season brings in terms of merch.
Yes, I think this concept will not be a one and done. So watch out for what's coming next. We'll be at some events next year and we'll have some different flavors of what we executed here.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks.
And now for the legalese. The information provided in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial investment or legal advice. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and all investments carry risk. The views expressed are those of the hosts and the guests and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated organizations.